Hello everybody and welcome in. Emperor Bubbles is here, returning to you today with some Total War League action. Season 11 is well underway, and we have Ranger as Sparta taking on HikerBeck, who is Macedon. And just something that I've noticed, looks like they've agreed to battle on the map that is pyramids. You never see pyramids, so this is already a favored battle for the Emperor. Let's take a look at Ranger. It's his debut Total War League season. I know he has a history of dominating Rome 2. I believe he's a Cup of Nations champion, maybe a two-time champion if my research was correct. But he returns to the field of battle here in 2022 in Total War League. Here is his build. He's got 5 Tarentine cavalry, 4 Gorgo skirmishers, looks like 3 Spartan pikemen, Royal Spartan generals, Imperial Koi spears, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the Spartan hoplites. So we almost never see Sparta in Total War League, and there's a good reason for that. They're not very good. The Periokoi spear, a pretty interesting unit. They have Pilum, but that's about it. You know, they got those slingers, and of course the Tarentine cavalry. No cavalry to speak of. They also have the citizen cav. But again, not the best cav. Here is Beck's Macedon build. He's got a militia, hoplite, frontline 3, 4, and 5. Some slingers, 3 Rhodians and 1 normal slinger. Thorax swords, 2 and 3. Only 3 thorax going into the spear heavy Spartans. 2 Thracian warriors and 4 Thessalians with a companion cavalry general. And I meant 5 Thessalians. 5 Thessalians. I don't know if this timer is correct. The timer says 25 minutes. My god. I'm just saying, the Emperor, when I clicked on this replay, I was not expecting a 25-minute replay. I got places to go. I got people to see. I got babies to kiss and signatures to give out. The Emperor is very sought after. That sounded disturbing. Anyways, moving on. Here is Beck pushing forward 25 minutes somehow. Maybe that's a glitch. I have absolutely no idea. Probably going to be some speeding up on this battle. The Tarentine cavalry immediately out and about. They want blood. They want damage. They're going to whittle down this the Macedonians. Those 5 militia hoplite, rather worthless. I think even the Periokoi spear would beat that militia hoplite. But it looks like some Thessalians pushing out. I like the slinger damage with Macedon. Certainly can fend off the Tarentine cavalry. And of course, you probably expected, you know, at least a few Tarentine cavalry. In this case, it's 5 Tarentine. The 5 Tarentines. Look at them. They are already out there in shocking and hitting those Thessalians early, as Beck has a retreat to start the battle, which that in itself is rather interesting. But you know, in this case, honestly, I think Sparta's right now is winning the melee matchup. Well, you got those 3 thorax and 2 Thracians. The Thracians will be good, but gotta get them out. Gotta rotate them quick in and out, and even the balance of power favoring Sparta here. So they're just some early build you know, differences here. You know, Macedon into Sparta, I'd expect, shoot, I'd maybe even expect a thorax sword spam. At this rate, your opponent has given you a favorable matchup. The thing is now with Sparta, yeah, Sparta's good in siege battles and whatnot, but bringing them in land battles, you know, they can certainly win. It's very difficult in a 1v1 to get a win. But Beck making it a little bit more easy in this situation, potentially. But of course, still, you cannot count out those Thessalians. You can't count out that heavy slinger damage. And of course, the bodies of melee. Still, that's what? That's still 10 melee. So still 10 melee, although, like I said earlier, there are these militia hoplite. The Tarentine cavalry just work on the sides a bit. We see 2 push it out. Not sure, there really hasn't been much of an exchange here. Thus, the Tarentine were waiting to shoot those Thessalians. And this truly might be a 22-minute battle. So let's just kind of zoom it up, see what happens. We see some pressure Now with the Thessalian. So risking some bodies there is Beck. Certainly not going to catch him. You could catch him off guard. That would be your only chances of doing the damage. But those slingers, and even if the Rhodians came over, these Tarentine would, you know, be no threat. No threat. We do have this singular slinger, though, as there's another volley being released into Macedon. So we're going to go ahead and zoom it back up. The Emperor doesn't got all day, okay? He doesn't got all day. Goodness gracious, and it's Sparta with the push through. They are marching forward. As I believe, you know, it's been a good season for Beck so far. I don't know where this really lies in the replays. I'm kind of, you know, kind of behind on the replays. But would you look at this? Is this a misclick? This slinger is off in the distance. Looks like it was targeted to a Tarentine cavalry. And guys, if you do not have them on guard mode, they will pursue. They will pursue that enemy unit if they retreat. So here we go. These Tarentine could potentially go in. It looks like he wants it. They're gonna back off at the last second, aren't those Tarentine? Now 3 Tarentine given the command to that Thessalian at 56 standing. Those slingers are a bit caught in no man's land. And now the oh boy, 43 Thessalians being taken down here. Good usage from those Tarentine, rocking and dominating. And now I think the melee pressure is gonna go into the slingers potentially. He's got the option. He doesn't want to bait, he wants to take it down. Rangers starting strong here, I'd say. Very strong. 20 at the sailing, and another volley connecting. 33 standing. Still all 3 harassing. And the Tarentine, keep in mind, also pretty viable in melee. Maybe not the most viable against the Thessalian cavalry, but certainly get the job done. It's the slinger. I think he's gonna retreat him. Is that Thessalian? I wouldn't say immobilized, but really put down. Now, what is that? 28 men standing? There's another one coming out. We'll see how those men can fare. Maybe a few Tarentine would have been nice for Macedon as well as the Gorgo skirmishers. That's a nice slinger unit. Very, very good. Let's just compare them. 23 on the damage there. The Rhodians got 29. What about these regular slingers? 20. So they're pretty, you know, like a, there's not really like a mid-tier slinger in the game. Maybe the Britain slingers. But then, you know, I'd put those Gorgo skirmishers. Very solid unit. And I think they're all female. Praise be to the gods. They're trying to get within a distance to begin their firing. As those 3 Tarentine cavalry saw them harassing, they are now just relaxing in the trees as the pressure's upon this left flank of Lord Beck. It's the 52th Thessalian. They've already been whittled down by 8. So those Rhodians getting a few good shots. But it's Sparta with the offensive pushing in. We're gonna try to zoom into a melee engagement. How about we do that? Long battle here. As I don't have debug cam, so I can't see the full battlefield. Just gonna kind of stretch it out this way. Those slingers, it's still very risky. These guys, yeah, they're like we talked about. There's the Thessalians present. But you're leaving you know, a slinger that could come in big late game. Leaving them there. They could have some extreme pressure. Here we go, left side. I think we're gonna have a charge. It's a Thessalian in. And it's gonna take a Pilum from the Periokoi down to 31. 31, I think I heard a note from Lord Beck on this battle. He didn't even know that the Periokoi had Pilum. So that is really, really hurting him right there. 29 Thessalian. So that's 2 Thessalian at 25. Now 1 at 29. So a magnificent start for Sparta and Ranger. Not sure if this is Ranger's debut on the YouTube channel. It could be. It potentially be. But so far so good for that Lord. So now some more pressure. Sees some Gorgo skirmishers, wants some damage, and sees the Royal Spartan General. Those guys very tough. Just look at those stats. 105 armor, 75 morale. As here's another Periokoi spear here. And it's gonna definitely connect with the Pilum. Another pilum, 9 men. This is not the start that Macedon wanted. That Thessalian is dead and gone. 1 full unit gone. Another contingent splitting off left. That right contingent, oh, I missed it, but the Tarentine are in and they are out, making those slingers waver. The slingers will come back, but guess what's coming? More Tarentine damage. And the splitting of the units not proving good here for Lord Beck. Now again, more pressure. Got the melee pushing, got the Tarentine in the back. The Thessalian trying to hold him off, but here comes another Periokoi. There could be another charge. Or sorry, another pillar release. It's like we're not targeting that Thessalian, but now Beck has punched through the ranks. This is good here. He's gonna hit this Gorgo clean. Good maneuver. The Periokoi reacts. Looks like they've already used their Pilum. That Gorgo gonna be eliminated. What's going on the left side? Looks like we've had a melee engagement. It's Royal Spartans and Periokoi in. These slingers involved and this thorax sword. That militia hoplite gonna have a tough time. That's your first melee engagement. This Total War League Season 11 battle. A Royal Spartan. Look at those Spartan general left flank. Trying to tie down this thorax sword, and he's going to. I don't think that thorax sword got any Pilum. As now a second Thessalian is gone. Those Tarentine paired with the Periokoi spear is able to take that unit down. That 11th Thessalian. How many Thessalians are even left? We start with 5. At 56, of course, we got the companion cav general. There's a Thessalian at 27, and now the Tarentine cavalry pushing for it all. Lead. Nice strike. I think the Tarentine got there just in time. It's the Rhodians, so they might not lose as many men. But we did see that thorax, it was not a full release of the Pilum. And there is a militia hoplite, just Sparta dominating. Dominating early. We'll see how these two, it's 2 Tarentine, so there's a Tarentine round at 27. Unfavorable for the Spartans. Still, let's get a cav check. 25. Oh my. Thorax sword is it surrounded? I think it's surrounded. It was wanting to rout at 86 men. 86. Goodness gracious, but looks like at least 1 Tarentine went down, if not 2, that one could rout, and this one about to be caught. So Beck trying to get some wins back and to get himself back into the battle. There's a Periokoi there. They do release some Pill. I'm not sure if they got any kills. But more Spartan melee victories. Back on the militia hoplites. They're routing 104 thorax. Surrounded by the Periokoi and this Royal Spartan who's only lost 1 man. It's like this Thessalian. This is the last line of defense. For these slingers, you got a Thracian warrior. But here comes 9 Tarentine straight in. If this Thracian can protect. Beck being pushed way, way back. Zed. Tarentine will hit. And again, it's that Rhodian, so higher armor. Most men will stay alive for a bit longer. We'll stay alive for a bit longer, but look at the routes. There goes another thorax sword. So both those thorax swords on the left and right flank gone. At least 1 standing. 1 standing cav check. Still have the companion cav general for Beck. 17th Thessalian. And 26. So Sparta's whittled down the Thessalians to 2. Add those up, that is less than 1. For the units, as now the slingers targeting those low armored Thracians. They're taking enormous damage, 92 men. Looks like they're in safety. I thought they were in safety. They're still getting shot. Militia hoplite again, 2 kills for the militia hoplite. Just a horrible, probably one of the worst units in the game. I don't know if there's been a tier list out there, but in terms of their cost and what they do, I just think they're absolutely horrible. I might make a video on that, the worst units in Rome 2. I'm gonna do it. Seems like a good idea. Seems like a good idea, dang it. As there's a win for Beck. Taking out a Tarentine. Let's get a cav check on Sparta. We got 41 Thessalian. I think that's it. The Cav advantage definitely goes to Macedon, but I mean, body's advantage. Of course, that goes to Sparta. They're killing paralyzing these Thracians in that one thorax. Then your companion Cav. So essentially 4 units with some killing power remaining. Let's just speed this bad boy up. 10.5 minutes plus still on the clock. The slingers of Sparta trying to shoot, and Beck trying to find a way to get a victory here. Of course, this is not going as he imagined. Probably going in, you know, he's like, I got Sparta, this is gonna be an easy W. But maybe not quite the build. It's gonna be, look at this balance of power. It's shifted even greater towards Sparta. It is gonna be difficult. This Thessalian charging in. Curious if those Tarentines still have any ammo. You know, they've been firing all game. They might, though. They might. But I haven't seen any releases. Not sure if there's a way to tell if there's still Pilum available. Or Tarentine Cav. Is this Thessalian? Lead to the Gorgos. Big heat. Tarentine trying to prevent that. That other Thessalian's still in the back, trying to get some kills where it counts. And those Gorgos, 35 morale. Didn't notice that low morale in those units. On the contrary, the Rhodian Slingers, 55 morale. That's an interesting stat there for those Gorgos. They do take some damage. That Thessalian routed, and the other Thessalian, the last Thessalian, pushing in. Not sure what he's maybe he's trying to get that Tarentine Cav. It looks like that Gorgo is out of position to be hit. Goodness gracious, he's sticking him in there. Holding him firm, trying to get that Tarentine. There's a Spartan pikeman there. Doesn't have his the pike are not up though. They push towards the Thessalian Cav at 18. They do get the Thessalians, a nice little pickup there.
Yes, Commander.
But are risking about 8 Thessalians as those Rhodians still expending their ammo, shooting who they can shoot. We speed it back up. Looks like the Thessalian is still involved, using the full unit into the Gorgos. But that Thessalian will say his goodbyes. They'll have to pray to the gods that they'll accept them into the Greek afterlife. Maybe they'll meet Lord Alexander. I have no idea. I've got no idea, dang it. We'll speed it back up. Still some firings from those Gorgos of Sparta. Some maneuvership as well for Macedon. This is, I think you'd need a miracle here to come back. There's just, I was saying earlier, there's so few units. Companion Cav General pushing back. Cav advantage 1-0 for Macedon, but I'm sure there's still some Perioikoi spears with some Pilum. I would say a push, but these units are just marching forward. Oh, Beck having to react. Can those pikes or the spears catch? Looks like they don't, and they're going to take a face full of Thracian warriors.
As you command.
Oh, not quite. Looks like they do get away, and in comes the Royal Spartan. The Thracians pushing off to the left, trying to go backwards. Those Royal Spartans right there. Right there to deal the damage. Still in the shadows in the trees. It's the companion Cav.
Cut them down.
Looks like they're, oh my, those are all Spartans taking care of business on those Thracians. Thracians are tough if they get hit when they're running away. They lose a lot of men. But clearly that is showing off here. So now in go the Thracians. 17 kills, the last militia hop. Oh, there's 2 militia hoplite. This is companion Cav gonna whittle down that Perioikoi spear. 61 there. So now in come the Spartan pikes. Straight into the Rhodians. So we have 5.5 minutes. There's companion Cav General picking off that spear unit. It's the Royal Spartan super heavy spear infantry. Not sure if that unit exists or if that unit type exists anywhere else in the game. Those Rhodians were caught in melee for just a little bit. But look who's caught. It's this militia hoplite. He is not going to go anywhere. Those Thracians charging in, and the Thorax finding these pike. They will throw a Pilum, and the Pilum didn't kill a single Spartan pikemen.
By your command.
That is very tough for Sparta. Or sorry, for Macedon. But I'm curious that they are not being put into pike formation.
Pike the legs.
Now they are. The Thracians on them. So his companion Cam General, 79 kills. Haven't lost a singular unit. It's just a flee of the men, the militia hoplite not wanting to engage that Spartan hoplite. There goes a Spartan pikeman. They were put into pike formation. But now I think some Spartan units going to be able to surround the melee of Macedon. You see that Thracian at 30. That thorax sword gonna be surrounded. This roll Spartan put into hoplite wall. Look at that! Look at the melee defense. 87 melee defense when put into hoplite wall. So very impressive stats. Those Spartans, very cool unit. You know, you can see them if you got like a 2v2, 3v3 battle. Sometimes those royal Spartans are really tough to kill, especially if, you know, they've just been hunkering down the whole battle. Of course, showing it here. They're still kicking. And of course, the general 110 men. So see what this companion camp can do. Trying to get away from the melee. Some backs, it looks like. Losing quite a significant amount there. 14 men. So now I believe the back charge has been found. The desert sand filled with blood. It's Alexander the Great and Lord Beck. I think this one is all about over. There's a lot of melee, still 2.5 minutes. 78 thorax. And the militia hoplite losing handily to the Spartan hoplites. Here we go, more charges. Big heat. Let's get a slow motion look at. Big heat. My God. As it's the big dog roll Spartan. Not sure what their speed is, but they're chasing those Rhodians. The Rhodians being chased to the end of the earth. That Periokoi was thinking about routing, but has that Spartan general nearby to give the morale boost. So at the end of the day, what do we got? Pikeman 119, 119 for both. Periokoi 66 and 38. Spartan hoplites and your 2 roll Spartans. And still these Gorgo skirmishers out of ammo, preventing those thorax swords from running. Ranger says, "You've been running for too long. It's time for you to die." And die, Beck must. The companion calf still at 34. Now we're down just to the slingers and the companion calf. This gives me some Grozny flashbacks. Fighting to the death, respectable, but clearly not enough. Is he's eating stat padding on the Gorgo skirmishers. Love to see it. Love to see it. That was a nice big heat. But that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Going down to the last unit, 237 on the companion cav. But not enough. Ranger gonna take the battle, take the day, as this I think is the longest Total War League Season 11 battle I have commentated so far. I sped it up and it still was, what, 20 plus minutes? Goodness gracious, but all Sparta and all Ranger taking care of business. Those Periokoi, big numbers, especially against those Thessalian cavalry. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, glory to thee and glory to the Empire.